This might be what they refer to as a bear jam. Because here's park ranger. But yeah, here we go. So look quickly, we're just gonna drive right by. And there's probably a bear up there somewhere, but we're actually gonna get out and go run and try and find a bear. I'm back at the Rockefeller Center for another good run, and I was hoping that everybody would be at the bear jam and not here. But this place is swamped this early in the morning. But we're gonna go look for a bear. I want to show you guys a bear before the snow falls. Standing against adversity, taking action and leadership. The spirit of the bear indicates it's time for healing or using healing abilities to help the self. The bear medicine emphasizes the importance of solitude, quiet time, rest. The spirit of the bear provides strong grounding forces. The primary meaning of the spirit bear animal is strength and confidence. But how do we get strength and confidence? That's what we're going to talk about today. That's today's message. See, we're in the right place. The reason we got to keep our eye out right away is because right at the base of the trailhead, there's just tons of berries. So the bear tend to be really close to the trailhead. Maybe today isn't so much a message, but maybe a challenge. Okay, we've got a little action here getting the sun. A little bit more bear scat here. You can see all the berries. This looks a little old. Probably not this morning, but we're gonna keep a watch out. All right, shoes. I've got the Salomon S-Lab Sense 7 on today. Very minimal shoe, 4 mil drop, but very, very minimal. Love these shoes, and they're great for short runs today. I'm probably gonna get in about 5 miles today. Nice recovery run, and it's just good to have them back on. It is, you can't beat the fit. I just wish they wouldn't wear so quickly. So it's one of those things where I think I've decided that I'm not going to use them as much because they wear so quickly, and I ended up not using them at all. But I need to get back to, and I'm going to kind of get back to using them rest of the dirt season, and then maybe transition them in. They're going to be a wonderful road shoe. So there you have it, shoes. More scat. Confidence like a bear. It's like the chicken or the egg, the cart or the horse. How do you get confidence? But confidence is not the most important thing for running. The most important thing for running is having self-discipline. Self-discipline is the greatest performance enhancer for all athletes. All elite professional athletes have it, and it's something that we all can have. It's not just as simple as having self-discipline. How do we get self-discipline? Well, we got to train it. That's what we're going to talk about. If you ever come to Jackson, Grand Teton National Park, the trick to get away from all the hikers so you can run is to take the hilliest route. Hilliest route will thin things out. So
we know that, hey, we couldn't just jump into a marathon or an ultra marathon without some training and expect to finish and let alone do well. So how is it that when we think we need confidence or some faith that something's going to happen? I talk a lot about how it's human nature to want to know what's going to happen when we pick a goal. And with that need to know, we also think we need confidence that is just going to naturally appear because we want it. Just like I want to see a bear today, I want it just to pop out and be there for me and for you. But that's not always the case. So we often are looking for confidence just to come to us in something that we just decide to have. And I think that's further along in the process, that the first part of the process is something that we tend to miss. And that's getting and training for self-discipline. Self-discipline, putting yourself in situations to have self-discipline, training self-discipline, creates confidence. And we need that step before. So having self-awareness, having self-discipline makes us feel good about ourselves, because maybe we did something that we didn't want to do. More times than not, when we do something we don't want to do, it makes us feel good when we're done. And I want to talk about two ways that we can create self-discipline in our life that can mean all the difference in the world with our running. And that's why I titled this, The Most Important Thing for Running is Having Self-Discipline. And those two things are running first thing in the morning. If we get in a regimen of running first thing in the morning, we get it out of the way, nothing can interfere. We don't go throughout the whole day and have all this stuff happen to us that may interfere with running later in the day. So getting into a regimen of self-discipline, of running early in the morning. If you have kids, if you have a lot to do in the morning, get up earlier. So I'm going to challenge you. Take this next 20 days and create an early morning running regimen for you. If you're already doing this, great. You understand. For those of you who are already doing it, then let's challenge it to wake up even earlier and maybe add a half an hour to your run. So you're going above and beyond what you're used to. You're having to have a little bit more self-discipline to get up a little earlier. For those that aren't doing it, this is just going to be a change in an act of self-discipline in itself. So take the next 20 days and create this routine for yourself. And notice, as hard as it might be, how you feel when you're done. Notice how good it feels to not only put yourself in that situation and achieve that day to day and take it day to day. Just focus the next day. But notice how that makes you feel about yourself and how it kind of lays the foundation for a good day, regardless of what happens after that. You know you have your run in. Now everything else just comes at you and you just feel good. The day can be good. It's kind of like that old adage of writing things down first thing in the morning of what you want to do that day. Okay, instead of writing, we're going for a run early in the morning, maybe 30 minutes longer than you're used to doing it. Put yourself in a situation that creates a challenge, so you have to be self-disciplined. And again, notice how that feels. I say athleticism is awareness. Begin to notice how good you feel with this regimen the next 20 days. Secondly, for the next 20 days, put yourself in a situation where you're cutting out all sugar in your diet. Look at everything. And the only rule I have, and you can create your own rule, is just a suggestion. You know, it's all about your making a choice. But the only rule I have when I do this is I have fruit. I don't eat a lot of fruit, but I do eat fruit. And I don't see that as, I see that as natural sugar, and that's the only thing I don't cut out. But again, I'm not eating a ton of it. Maybe every few days I have some fruit. But cut out all sugar. Look at everything. This is not just the white stuff that you might put in your coffee. This is on boxes. This is everything you eat. Inspect to see if there's sugar in it. And put yourself in this situation. Again, we're training self-discipline. This is really hard. And it does two things. Again, it creates that really, really good feeling about yourself. Again, self-discipline creates confidence, creates what the spirit animal of the bear has. And put yourself in that situation. Inspect everything that you eat. Eliminate all sugars. Secondly, start to notice how much sugar we do eat. It's in everything. Okay. This should be really, really hard. If you say, hey, I don't eat a lot of sugar, well, you're not inspecting everything you're eating. We eat a lot of sugar, even if we're eating healthy. And then begin to notice again how much sugar we do eat. Have that awareness. And then throughout the 20 days, begin to notice the changes in your body. And again, we're not going to continue this, but it's going cold turkey with sugar, again, puts you in that self-disciplined environment to feel good about yourself, to have confidence, but it also allows you to see and give you a baseline of what eliminating sugar can do from you, maybe physically or mentally or both. And have that awareness of how you see things change. And then when you're done with the 20 days, decide what a good balance is for you, maybe long term. Okay. All right. So to recap, we're putting ourselves in a training environment to have self-discipline, and then having the awareness of how good that makes us feel, that gives us confidence. And then maybe after these 20 days, you take this good feeling that you've had, that you've created by training, and put that feeling and energy into picking a big goal for 2021 and letting the feel good, the confidence that you've built up these 20 days feed into you picking a big goal for 2021, your cool and possible goal. Let us know what you're experiencing, and let us know how good it feels to get it in. All right. It's that awareness. You got to have that awareness. And I like to say is that sometimes when we start to strip pleasures away from our sugar, alcohol, whatever it is, we see this as having self-discipline, but maybe we oftentimes go to, oh, I don't want to give up that, or I don't want to give up that, drink after work, or the sugar in my coffee. Okay. A lot of times we focus on that's going to make us unhappy, but a lot of times it's those indulgences that actually create unhappiness. So begin to see that having self-discipline, stripping things away, creates a big, huge umbrella over everything that causes happiness. And it's ultimately the self-discipline that creates the happiness that I believe is so powerful. Then we can have happiness, confidence anywhere, anytime, because we have we understand what it's like to have self-discipline. And furthermore, we understand what it does for us. All right, here, Bear, let's go. Well, no bear. Let's head back to the Bear Jam and see if we can get one that way. And then I've got to find a place to work.
So I just got an email from the movie producer of Born to Run.